Hello, Total Warriors, and welcome to Couch Commanders Pharaoh slash Troy with Milcho and Teodor, who very nicely have shuffled around so that they match the positions of their name. Oh, yeah. No, they don't.
It'll be fixed
They will.
later.
It'll be fixed later. I had a whole kerfuffle with it. But yes, welcome. Please sure to give them all a very warm welcome. We have two guests for our stream today. This is the first time we've ever done two guests, so please bear with us if there are any kind of teething issues there. But let's start with yourself, Milcho. Who are you? What have you worked on Total War, and why are you here today?
Well, I am me, but I am also the lead battle designer for the Total War Troy and Pharaoh, I guess. So technically, everything that has something to do with the battles, I have my finger in that, and I'm more or less responsible in one way or another for this. So yeah, anything battle related. This includes the unit rosters, the battle mechanics, even the animations, how they're set up.
Fantastic. And Tio?
Hey, I'm Tio. I'm a game designer, and I have worked. I cut my teeth on faction mechanics for Troy, and then I pretty much stuck with it. I was in a leading capacity for two Troy DLC, Ajax and Diomedes, and then Mythos. And then I worked on Pharaoh. I did Ancient Legacies, which were kind of faction mechanics, where you pick one instead of being born with one. And then I was also in the lead capacity for Dynasties, and we, helped the team push that out the door.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining. You are satelliting in from, is it a conference room in Sofia?
It is one of our conference rooms here in CA Sofia.
We call it the green one.
I wonder
because
we're literally in the green room. We are in the green room.
And you know what? I probably could have green screened the pyramids onto the back of you, actually, with how green that. I've got an awful set of shelving behind me, which is why I need the pull down. I probably could have got that to work. Another hour, and maybe you'd be sitting in front of the pyramids.
Yeah.
Well, I think we actually have Queen Zenobia here.
Yeah.
We introduced in Rome 2 Total War for the crisis of the 3rd century. But yeah, you can't really see her in all her glory. But she is there behind us.
We'll trust you. Well then, we'll jump into showing off some of the game, because obviously that's what you guys worked on. And if we have any questions from the chat, I'll keep an eye out. We'll grab them. Obviously, we are live, I think, 5 hours earlier than we would be, and that is because the Milcho, it was you who inspired it, because you had to sit there on the Siege beta stream till 7 p.m. and for the first hour it was just other topics. So you were just sitting there, way beyond.
It was a lot of fun still, so I don't mind either way. Always nice to be able to talk about the stuff that we have worked on, because it's always quite exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's well, thank you so much for joining, and I can see that actually the screen may have cropped off my resources, which is difficult because I can't see my resources because I've got a webcam over the top of it. So I'm just going to very quickly adjust that, because otherwise I can't see them anywhere.
Do it, Josh. We believe in you.
I mean, aren't you playing with Achilles? With Achilles, you don't really care that much about your resources. Just keep conquering stuff.
Yeah.
You will get enough resources. It should be fine.
Everyone's got to eat, There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Everything's in the positive. It means you do not have enough armies.
It's part of I will need another army. It's part of how I like to operate, though, is if it's not positive, it makes me uncomfortable with what if something goes wrong? Do you know what? I'm slowly losing the will on that border, so let's just go like that. Cool. So, thought I'd play as Achilles. So, typically, I don't know if you've seen any of the other Couch Commanders we do. When we have two games, we typically do an hour of one and an hour of the other. I can also see I'm coming out of my own box. Oh my god.
Everything's great, yeah. Jump into the Aegean.
Can we do the same as well?
Let's try, yeah.
Oh no, you're trapped in. I have never ever seen that before. What?
Breaking the fourth wall, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, it's... Oh, hold on. I know why all of these problems have come about. But yes, I thought, usually when we do it, we play an hour of one, an hour of the other. But I thought what would be more interesting is if we combine the two. because obviously
Yeah.
the Pharaoh dynasties is that kind of incredible combination of them. So let's lean into that was the plan, and still remains the plan. And look, he's remembered all of his shortcuts to make all the screen things work. Isn't that nice? So playing as Achilles, I thought, we're in Pharaoh dynasties. What can I do to make it feel like we're really combining the two games? Obviously, loads of really awesome Greek factions to interact here. I was tempted to immediately just gun for Athens. It's such an iconic location, as is Sparta. But instead, I thought I'd go for these little islands. Still very lovely places to go in their own right. Also nice that they make up a little province, and I would say a really balanced set of resources, which is what tempted me so much by them. And then I thought, if I'm presenting a stream to you guys of gameplay of your own game where you worked on Troy and Pharaoh, it only made sense to take a very long path, and then get really indecisive about where you're going to land, and then think, do you know what? You're playing Achilles. What would Achilles do if he was to land in Egypt? Well, he would go, he'd punch the Pharaoh in the face, and he'd take Menepha.
Exactly.
And that is how I've ended up at war with most of Egypt, because he has a fair few vassals, unfortunately. So yeah, it's not the best position to be in, but I'm pretty confident that I know that he's strength 7 and I'm strength 76. But I feel pretty confident.
As long as you are expecting a lot of attacks from different directions here, because all the Egyptians are not going to be very happy about you conquering that settlement specifically.
Yeah, I've noticed that my influence is pretty low, as in it's none. I am the only Greeks in Egypt.
They do see you as an invader, which technically you kind of are at this point. But then again, it's Achilles. In a way, it makes sense. If there's no Trojan War, that's probably where he would have won.
Maybe he thinks this is the Trojan War. Like he just took a different route.
Yeah, he got lost on the way. It's like
this is probably Troy. Let's hit it.
We're creating the opposite.
In dynasties, you can use the sea lanes to travel much faster to the sea, so you can always end up in an unexpected land and do all sorts of shenanigans like this one.
So yeah, and I see that was my intent here was then get lost here and keep having to work out exactly where in Egypt I am, until eventually being like, I know that big river. That's a big river that I recognize. And here we are, ready to push out. So I held off on choosing a path to power because obviously I imagine meant to pick the Aegean royal tradition pretty quick. But instead we're going to pick the Egyptian one. Because Achilles is not here to be second fiddle. He is here to become the Pharaoh.
Okay. Well, that's going to be interesting and challenging if you try to do those sorts of shenanigans.
I have also put on eternal unaging characters, and it is really bit me. Because this guy, he will not die. And he is pretty difficult when you can't dislodge him. Like, the amount of influence he has.
He is the Pharaoh of Egypt.
He is. But we're gonna have to do something to chip that down, I think, because at the moment we have 12 legitimacy at least.
Yay.
Yeah, we'll take that. But now we will. Unfortunately, there's no. Oh, it is in a state of civil war, but there's no way I'm going to be able to get up into that in time, is there? But we get to choose our ancient legacy. Do you guys have a favorite of the ancient legacies?
I think Khufu is the simplest one. Just build big stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Khufu is simple.
Yeah, numbers go up. Akhenaten is probably the most interesting because you combine gods.
Akhenaten, I believe, is the most powerful and most interesting one if you know what you're doing in the game.
I don't. But would it be fun to combine an Egyptian and a Greek god to form the single culture that everyone wants? Can you do that?
I think that's something that actually happened in real life as well.
Yeah.
You can imagine when the Greeks were first meeting the Egyptians and so on, and they have their own gods. The Egyptians have their own gods.
Yep.
But they were not really thinking of them as different gods. They were more like thinking of them as this is how they are calling our god because they have a different language. They call everything in a different way.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just a little bit confused. It's not like that they have a whole other religion. There are temples and shrines of Amon Zeus, for example. So yeah, this is absolutely something that happened,
Okay.
and can be quite a lot of fun.
Then I say we go for it. You know, let's
go
not.
for it.
Oh, and there we go. We can pick two. So I guess we could do it right off the bat. I've only discovered a few gods. Obviously Ares is one of the ones Achilles starts with, but like, if you're saying there's temples of Zeus, that could, and shrines giving +4 happiness may be very important. Seeing as I don't think people are going to want me. I mean, if I did that, that's +9 happiness.
Yeah,
And
this is pretty much going to make sure that you do not have that many rebellions,
Yeah.
which can be smart in a situation like that, where you are most probably going to be attacked from all sides by angry Egyptians
yeah,
that do not want you to have anything to do with being a pharaoh.
yeah, I think that might be. I mean, and also look at the construction cost decrease here. If we combine these two, that would be very tasty as well. I mean, and I do. I mean, the one I would automatically do, I think, is these two because I want the influence and the happiness. But it's not fun to make two Greek gods when you invade Egypt. You know, you've got to pick an Egyptian god, and Thoth really does have such a small head that it makes him quite appealing.
Yes, exactly. That's how the Egyptians picked, which god to worship, by head size.
Exactly. So we've got that's Zeus, right? So you got Zeus, and you got wisdom, and you've got leadership. What more could you ask for, really?
Yeah, you become the king of wisdom.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that's what Achilles is known for. It's being the king of wisdom.
I think this does not really suit Achilles.
Oh, I don't know. He's landed in Egypt and he's thought, do you know what? This place is
I
beautiful.
don't know. I guess there are two ways of playing Total War games. Usually, you can either try to reenact the what happened really and what is the most flavorable for a faction, but you have taken the Greeks and pushed them into Egypt. So basically, you are already way past that.
I've thrown it out the window. Turn two.
Having fun with what could happen is always a good option. In Troy, one of my most favorite things was to try and get Achilles and Hector into an alliance.
Oh yeah.
Just kill everybody else instead, which was extremely hard, but
imagine.
it was possible to do. And once you get that, nobody can stop you, which was fun.
Yeah, we had one QA specifically try to do a Odysseus betrayal campaign where he betrays the Achaeans and takes them over.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess that's the fun of Total War in general, right? Especially historical, is taking those situations and twisting them. I've been playing Rome 2 DEI recently, and playing as Rhodes, obviously like the small island nation, and I am the dominant force in Greece. Like, the Athenians.
It's always really not. There is a lot of appeal to start with a very small or insignificant faction. This is why in Dynasties we decided that we're just going to add all the factions to be selectable, and not all of them would have any unique mechanics and so on. But just starting with someone really small can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we thought people were going to do it anyway. Let's just do it ourselves.
That makes a lot of sense, and I you're cutting the mods out and making it more of an officially supported thing, right?
We are saving the mods time.
Yeah,
they can now focus on other mods.
Making more I think there are, right? More factions.
Oh yes, I think there are. And even more factions.
Yeah,
more
units. There must be
all sorts of things. It's pretty awesome to look and see what the community can actually do and achieve with the game. Specifically with Dynasty, I think we gave them even the ability to create new battle maps and so on with a tutorial.
Oh yeah,
which was also pretty cool to do.
Josh, your legitimacy went down since last turn.
I noticed. Yeah, it's actually dropped quite significantly. It's going to keep going down as well. We need to fight some battles, I think. I did go kill that one man there because so this is a spoiler. I absolutely fell in love with the concept of this campaign. I spent all last night playing it. This is a save that I kept from turn 30. I do have a save from like turn 75 that I might show off at some point. I know if you don't kill that one man, he will raid this pyramid over and over and over again, because I just kept waiting for him to go away, and he didn't after like 10 turns. So I think it's tempting to go down here. All of these lands look very farmable. And you're right, we're going to need to start, if we're defending multiple fronts, we are definitely going to start to need a lot more armies.
Yes. Do not be afraid to go in the negatives. using the bartering system can
Yep.
be extremely powerful into making sure that you have enough resources, even if you are going into the negatives with some of them. As long as you have a good plan, it can work out.
Then let's give that a go. I've also been trying to kind of evenly go between these two. I think the replenishment is going to be really important for us, but also I always, whenever I see a way to decrease upkeep, I just can't help myself. I've got to go for it. So I think if we can keep balancing those two, that'll be helpful. I love as well that I can bring some Greek units down here with me. Like the flavor of having to like recruit a lot of the Egyptian units and starting to build this like melded army is fantastic. But I love as well that it could be like getting some people back to come and help.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the native units overall, because technically, with every faction, for every region that you counter, you can encounter some new troops that you can probably recruit there, which can make your armies quite varied.
Yeah.
Like if you go towards Babylon, you can encounter even more different styles of units, and you can have a lot of interesting armies.
Yeah,
that way.
definitely. And I think the other thing I really love is these garrisons, like being able to build into these garrisons.
Oh yeah, forts.
I cannot tell you how many times during the 76 turns I played of this that this
Especially on
specific
the
garrison.
islands.
Yeah.
All the regions that are on islands or the island
Yep.
provinces are really hard to defend
Yep.
because technically enemies can come from
Yep.
everywhere. So building some garrisons there can be quite important.
Yeah.
But depending on where exactly, you do not wish to use your minor slots as garrisons, because the others really provide a lot of
Yeah.
cool ones.
These will, once I feel it's the sea peoples. The sea peoples come along and they love to destroy these islands. So I think when I think that they're gone, these may become shrines. But for now, I think I'm going to need every man I can get to defend here. It would be nice if we could also. We're building our little shrine of Aten, so we will get a massive happiness boost in the next turn as well.
Shrine of Athens in Mennefer. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And I guess we could, in theory, just sail down here. But I'm worried about what would happen to Mennefer if we left it. Right, let's just check court actions. So this is the other thing I've noticed about the unaging characters. So the campaign customizations I always stick on. I put on the unaging characters. I thought for this one, because I have to sail so far down, I didn't want everyone to die by the time I got there. So I thought we'll put that on. He, with his much influence and legitimacy, every time anyone takes a post, you can even see it here, he removes this person. Like, he wants to be the only person in this court, I'm pretty sure. I go in here, I take the treasury position, and he will start like 3 plots against me to remove me. This guy does not want to share his power.
That's a smart way of playing. If you play with him, with that, because you can, as part of one of the minor factions, he's the Pharaoh currently. Removing all the others can sometimes be a smart idea.
Yeah, because no one can get the legitimacy.
Through.
It's why everyone, like, it take me, I'm on, as I say, on my other one, I'm on turn 76. I'm only just challenging him for legitimacy because he kept removing me from there. And also, I was playing it very defensively.
But you said you have removed the option for the characters to die of old age?
Yeah, and that's why he's managed to hang on.
Then it's going to be very hard for you to deal with this guy.
I didn't realize how hard that would make it until I was in this situation.
Ramsey's going to be your friend.
I think I'll take that. I
think that's a smart idea. I mean,
I don't need more enemies.
Yeah, in the real world, Ramses actually overtook Merneptah, starting a new dynasty. So maybe this time he decides he's going to do it together with Achilles.
I mean, he's probably the closest thing Egypt has to a hothead, so makes sense.
Maybe he's a bit like Agamemnon as well. He's seeing me as like, oh, I'll get Achilles to take him out, and then I'll come in and actually take all of the provinces. Now this feels like too much gold for me.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So you are now starting to establish your lands into Egypt. Yeah. Egypt is one of the most bountiful regions when it comes to food specifically. Yeah. So that trade is not going to be beneficial for you.
I was going to say I would like some bronze, but it's in short supply for them, so they can just go away. I think actually one of the things that I've seen is there's a lot of nice gold around here. It's really nice to go trade back into Greece with all of the gold you get to get a lot of their bronze.
You could travel further south towards Memnus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to be rich in Egypt.
But then you need to make sure you have good enough shields on your armies, because MMS is extremely good at recruiting archers and the Nubian archers, and they can shred armies.
So
pretty much.
that's why what I did is someone's appointed. I went and I claimed the first commander position because I wanted to play a very like melee focused aggressive build. So I went first commander, and you know how you can change the recruitment costs? I whacked up the recruitment cost for ranged units to make it so that Egypt had to fight my kind of war, and it works. It worked really well.
Okay.
So I'll save up the gold, and we'll see if that makes sense to do again. But I probably do need to start trading for bronze at some point soon. Right, I had some questions that I was going to start throwing at you guys as well, but I got distracted by my own campaign. So a kind of a question out for both of you that is one of the more general ones we ask a lot of the designers who join here is, so when you're designing faction play styles, either for Troy, Pharaoh, or both, how is it that you decide what makes a faction feel unique, both on campaign and I guess how they're playing in battle with units? Is it the history first, or is it the gameplay first, or are you finding the balance between the two?
I think for these two games it was pretty different because, first of all, this is really backfire in history, and like a lot of this stuff, we can't be 100% sure of. It takes a lot of research. It takes a lot of speaking to historians, reading old sources and everything. And we're kind of sure of what we depict, but we can't be like 100%.
Yep.
So on Troy, we focused a lot on like making it more heroic in a way, making care about more about the characters. Each essentially Greek hero faction should feel like a representation of that Greek hero. If he across everything he controls.
Yeah.
It's like Achilles. One of Achilles' mechanics is literally his emotional state because it's such a big deal in the Iliad. For Pharaoh, we went more historic, and we wanted to first of all make visible the differences in geography. How the Egyptians are very, very rich because the Nile is just so bountiful.
Yeah.
And nobody else farms that has such great farms as the Egyptians.
Yeah.
Whereas the region of the coast of Canaan is different from that, but they have a lot of cedar trees, so they have more wood to build stuff with, which is different from Anatolia, where the Hittites try to make a last stand and historically collapse in game, maybe not. So I think that's what we focused on first with Pharaoh, because we went history first with a lean towards geography, and go from there. And Milcho can probably share how warfare has some history on it.
So
not a lot.
In general, we always try to be historical first.
Yep.
And do anything that is historically authentic. But as Theo said, we did need to have a bit of different approaches for Troy and for Pharaoh, because Troy is obvious. So first of all, it's mainly just Greeks, and they do not have a lot of variety in their culture.
Yeah.
They are in a very small geographical area. So we needed to have some sort of more interesting gameplay things going on for them. And since it was a game that was very focused on the characters and on the whole Troy myth, we made the factions revolve a lot around the characters themselves. Like Hector, being the stout defender of Troy and so on, always had the troops that had the highest amount of armor, the bigger shields, the 8 shields, and so on. And this is somehow implemented into his army. Paris being more described as an archer, and in the end, in the Iliad, killing Achilles with an arrow and so on, was the faction that focused more on ranged units and so on. So we took some of those things and made them into gameplay differences. In a way, same goes for Pharaoh as well, but on a more cultural base, because we obviously wanted to make it as historical, authentic as possible.
Yeah.
But even with the different cultures, like the Greeks, the Hittites, the Egyptians, the Babylonians, Assyrians, Proto-Assyrians, they were not so different at the time if you are looking at it from purely historical point of view. Now, obviously, some used chariots more than others, but this was mostly because of terrain and stuff like that. It was not about any other difference, and some economic differences, obviously. But it made sense, for example, for Egypt being a very a much more hot environment for troops to not really carry that big armor all the time. This doesn't mean that Egyptians didn't have heavier troops as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, they did. But we decided we are going to do the Egyptians to have a lot more, to use a lot more tactical advantages like flanking and using light troops and so on, compared to the Hittites, who would use the more heavier armor, try to be the more stalwart faction and so on. Because after all, we need to have some sort of gameplay differences to make it more interesting. And especially with the native unit rosters, we made sure that everybody can recruit all sorts of different things and have it be more interesting in that way.
That's fantastic. I think you touched on it there as well, but was it always from the very start the plan to make the Troy characters, the Troy faction mechanics so character focused? So you took on, you mentioned, I think, Achilles' rage being such a core part of his mechanic. Was that always from the go?
Yeah, that's where we started from, because exactly they are essentially, there's like Achaeans and Trojans, but they're essentially very similar culture-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not much difference you can put there. And we have, we want to portray the Trojan War, right? We have two camps which are, which share a culture.
Yeah. So
we have to make some kind of differences between them, even though they're part of one culture. So yeah, we went a lot with heroics, with mythology, with sort of using the Iliad as our source, and make each character authentic to how they're portrayed story-wise.
I mean, there were a lot of discussions on how we were going to approach this game because, first off, we as people from Bulgaria are very close to the origins of the myth of the Iliad and the whole thing about Troy. It's very famous here. I mean, it's famous throughout the world, but here we study it in school, even so on. It's extremely famous. We always wanted to make a game, a total war game about that specific period. There were a lot of discussions how we are going to go about it initially. Like, should it be completely mythical with Zeus throwing lightning bolts or stuff like that? Should it be completely historical with where we would try to see how exactly this is portrayed? In the end, we were given the direction to focus more on the characters themselves from the Iliad, and that is where we went from to make sure those factions work in that specific way.
I think that makes a lot of sense, and you can see, I guess, is Pharaoh more of a balance towards, because it's not quite as character focused, right?
Well, in the end, with Troy, we believed that we didn't really hit the mark into where exactly the balance needs to be.
Yep.
And with Pharaoh, we decided that we need to focus a bit more on the historical part.
Yeah.
Even with the Greek factions, technically, they are not the characters from the Iliad themselves. I mean, the names are, and we are using the models that we used in Troy and so on. Some of them a little bit updated, like Hector, Achilles, and so on, to make them a bit more realistic. Because in Troy, the armor and so on was very borderline fantasy. Depends on how you look at it. But, it was a bit more. So we decided here we want to go a lot more into the historical authenticity of the game. Technically, we do not have exact records from the Greek world at the end of the Bronze Age era about who exactly were the kings, who was controlling different settlements, who was the king of Sparta, that sort of things. So it is quite possible that there be real people with those names actually lived and did stuff. And so we thought that would be really cool to add them.
Absolutely. I don't know if you've just seen on screen.
Just marry off Achilles?
No one wants to marry me.
Yeah.
Why does no one want to marry Achilles? It's Achilles, Like, do they not know who I am?
I mean, Egyptians probably not.
I don't know if you saw. I did very cheekily go for Helen first, just to see if there was the opportunity.
Yeah.
Wasn't it in the meat? It's Helen.
I thought,
Wasn't it in the myth, like, if you don't go to Troy, nobody will know your name?
And there we go.
You obviously did not go to Troy.
I didn't, I mean, hey, look, if I become his vassal, I can marry Helen of Troy. Maybe that's all Paris had to do this whole time. I don't think I'm ready to do that. I don't think I'm ready to
how much do you want to marry her exactly?
I mean, that's some really good... remarkable beauty, 15% chance of having a child. Achilles has no children. That's my concern. if
but you have selected the option to basically be immortal.
true,
So
but
that's
I
not going
need-
to be a huge issue.
I don't look. Don't be wrong. I don't need children to succeed me. I need children who I want to put into important positions.
Yeah.
He needs more Achilles's.
Don't get me wrong. I'm looking for nepotism. That's what I need children for. But I don't think
You can
think
adopt.
Yeah, you can adopt in this game. Yeah,
You know what, how I'm so glad you said that.
Adopt Ajax.
honestly, it's probably easier than real life.
I thought I was going crazy. How do I adopt people?
I think you need to be you need to be leader of a dynasty. Basically, you need to be in power.
Yep.
You know, in the region where you are, and then you can adopt someone to basically choose them as a successor.
I am going to see if so. Last time I managed to convince Menepta to adopt me. Things got really weird.
He's living his best life.
Yeah, it was. I think it was. Where did I do it? Like, it was actually part of our peace agreement. Was I convinced him to let me into the dynasty? I can't even remember how I did it. It was honestly last night. It was all just a blur. Of
Do not
what-
adopt me. I will burn your cities down.
Exactly. Adopt me or else.
Adopt me or else. I mean, that's one way to become a pharaoh.
It is.
Yeah.
it
Because
is.
if you're trying to do it just by force, that's going to be extremely hard.
Yes, I will point out we are.
Oh boy,
Uh,
Mitchell, do you think he has a chance? I see some yellow stuff on unit cards. It does not look good.
Why is it the odds don't feel? Oh, is it his?
Is it a settlement? It's a minor settlement battle.
Yeah, I don't think the odds are that bad. It's
Yeah, I
it's
think this
these
is
guys.
winnable.
The elite,
is
the elite X guys might
Yeah.
might be bad.
So no, if you manage to use your heavy chariots
Yep.
on those elite axemen, you are going to definitely win this battle.
This feels like this is what happens when you invade Egypt and punch the Pharaoh. Is sometimes the Pharaoh punches back. I think is what we're learning here.
I like how Merneptah is not.
Oh.
He's not leading this battle.
No.
He's sending in some guy to go first.
But he is coming in as well.
He's coming in. Yeah.
Someone in chat said
And your
Menepta
chariot spirits are not actually on full health.
coming in with
actually-
the bronze chair is very funny.
Oh boy.
I think this is. I mean, they're all coming in from one side. So really, what do the Greeks love? They love a phalanx choke point. So if I could choke these two areas and send my chariots round.
Yeah, but those are heavy chariots and they're going to be on sand. It will take
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of time. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, when I
Maybe
started using them, I thought they'd be a
Keep
lot
one of
faster.
them in reserves. So,
I do have.
do you have any? So you have some two-handed spear units and some club units. You
Yep.
do not have any units that can actually deal a lot of damage because the phalanx works well. But if you want to excel in the battles, you will need to have more diverse armies and do stuff like use your charging units to psycho-charge the enemy in between your phalanxes, then pull out, charge again.
Yeah.
And so on. This is extremely powerful way to win battles.
Yeah.
Here-
Alexander the Great agrees.
Like he did it in another way around. He
True, yeah.
used his cavalry to.
He had cavalry. Yeah.
I mean, the good news is, look, when I die, then I can go and make that more balanced army over in Meneptah, which he still won't own. So that'll be the silver lining.
I mean, yeah, give him hell.
But I think I have managed to win quite a few battles I'm really jinxing it last night and over the course of my playthrough of this that really did seem unwinnable. This unit here, the Vanguard have, I think they're going to be the thing that kind of, this is what I need. I really am going to need them to hold the line quite well.
Do they have any archers or something like that can set fire to your settlement? Because if they do not, and these are not sea peoples or so on, so they most probably do not.
Yeah.
You can hunker down further into the settlement because you do have a defensive tower in the
Yeah, that's what
settlement.
I thought. You could
That's a
probably
good
let them in.
idea. So what, maybe
That
here?
So yeah, maybe somewhere around there. Well, you should also keep in mind
Yeah,
that
they're just going to walk behind, aren't they?
But if you manage to lure them into fighting closer to the defensive tower, it
Okay.
might be
Yeah, some
then-
extra
more
details.
beneficial.
Maybe if I set up a little secondary defensive line here, and the hope is that we can pull back. I will say that the chariots, they're great at when you get like a rear charge. I found that they really
Oh
do
yeah,
then die quite quickly. Like they get stuck in and they struggle to pull.
yeah.
pull
But
back
if they
away.
hit something without if they hit a unit without good armor, they
Yeah.
melt them.
Yeah, but I think that we're seeing they actually have unfortunately quite a lot of armor coming in. So I'm wondering if actually I can use them to take out, if I can take out all of their ranged and kind of force them to stay back because of those chariots. If I get them into these choke points, things do go very nicely. Like these settlements are built really nicely for that kind of
Yep.
like even here, like this angle from the slingers I found is really nice at being able to throw
Yeah.
in. As you
Yep.
can tell, I've been in a lot of battles where I've not had good
It's
odds.
always
over
important
this.
in Pharaoh dynasties, especially. Are you playing with any additional campaign
Yeah,
settings,
so
critical hit
oh,
chances?
that's a really good. Yeah, I play where I massively up the terrain effects and I massively up the weather effects. So
Okay,
that's
well, no
sweltering
weather
could be quite
here,
useful.
so
Well, we'll move into sweltering, which would be useful because I can get out and do a lot of my major movement while it's dry, and then when it's sweltering, that'll be when the fighting's happening,
Do
right?
heavy chariots care about sweltering?
heavier units do care, yes.
So the heavy chariots are gonna care.
So I want to get them out and get them all
Four.
moved beforehand.
True. I mean 8. There's
Not
like
4 units, 4 chariots.
yeah.
Oh, that's so many people. If I can kill Meneptah, though, that'll be at least a moral victory.
More than
Yeah, assassinate the old man.
Exactly. These guys have been really useful as well, just how fast they are, the young spears. They're great, like, chariots with legs. Look at them go.
it's actually extremely smart to always have some sort of fast infantry that accompanies your chariots, because even if they get into melee and get stuck down, you can still use that fast infantry to help out and get your chariots unstuck. It's how they actually did it a lot in real life as well.
Oh, yeah.
Apart from the initial charge, which obviously was just the chariots, they were always going to have support infantry. Just like we have nowadays as well. I mean, when tanks go in, you still want to have support infantry. Just tanks are not that amazing.
So if I start, oh my gosh, they've got a lot of. Have they? I don't think they've got. Oh, they've got Royal Archers. Okay, this is going to be problematic, but not impossible. If this army can actually engage and move forward and leave all of their ranged units behind for me, that would be lovely.
Yeah, just ask them nicely.
They're just going to pelt you from range because they do have missile superiority here, which is quite important as well.
And these guys started running too early.
Yeah. No, don't. No, I'm not going to hit you.
So
at least I can. I'm hoping I can at least flank and kill these guys.
You can probably hammer handle this small amount of guys.
Maybe
you are kind of sacrificing your chariot.
Honestly, everything's gonna die. So if I can get them to I'm trying to get their skirmish mode to get them to run down here a bit. Like if I can, I'm herding sheep is what I'm doing. If you can just go this way, that would be nice.
If only you were fighting sheep.
Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you need to get away.
Yeah, get the chariots out of there.
If I can, I want to hit the. Here we go. And then these guys charge in.
Yeah, get those flanking bonuses from. You don't need to sacrifice those chariots so early.
I'm trying to effectively keep them moving and keep them scared of. Oh, it's so slow in the sand. I'm trying to keep them moving so that they're not shooting. Hopefully, if we can win this engagement here quickly.
This is like roads in a bad Bulgarian neighborhood.
I'll do you know who you're fighting on them just to try and that. Just
you've got these guys down.
Where is Achilles? Oh my god, I forgot to move Achilles. That'll be where
he was probably in his tent crying about something.
He was. Yeah, I think these guys, they're just not able to move fast enough here. So hopefully when
at this point they're just not.
Yeah. If I can take these guys out quickly, that'd be nice. If Achilles was also closer and I was able to do you know who you're fighting, that would have also been nice.
I love that that's an ability name.
Because I don't want to be flanked. Okay.
You should send at least one unit to intercept.
Yeah.
Horrible. Yeah.
Oh no, I think I've got 3 in here, right? Yeah. So if those two can fight back, these guys can take on forwards. Has Achilles? He's gonna make it soon. They are just peppering me, aren't they?
Yeah,
but these ones managed to get out. If I can hit the.
Wait a bit. with the chariots.
Oh, look, you think I have any sort of patience? It's the is the issue with the strategy we've got going here. At least I can start to counterfire now that they're in range.
Yeah, the item he made is not a god of patience.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Who is close
Wasn't it
enough
supposed
to
to be the
rouse?
god of wisdom?
Yeah,
I actually don't
he
think.
just started worshipping him. He's not there yet.
I think he's just. I think these clubs are just going to have to get stuck in. I think. Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like the ones who were close enough to routing did route, but then
Where's the Vanguard of Telion? Where's the big club guys?
they're just getting involved now.
They're in. All right.
Is anyone? It's also we're both 2 shades of red, so trying to work out which red is doing
True.
well. I think I'm going to need these guys as second wave here. It looks like they are. I mean, apart from absolutely being peppered down here, they are running out of ammo. So soon,
will run out.
Soon I will have so many corpses that they won't have any rocks to throw at, and that'll be nice.
I think in general, probably the Greek shield is better than any shields the Egyptian used. Like it's just the big round Greek shield.
Yeah, the huge shields are pretty amazing at protecting you from missile fire.
So these slingers historically would not know what they're doing.
Those are not the units with the big shields, though.
Aren't they big round shield guys?
Well, those are we have bigger.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Body shields, the ones that are almost as tall.
No, not the ones that are like car door. No, just round shields. Yeah.
This is going to be when I look this side and I've been flanked. Oh, I nearly was. All right, I think they've actually just come back from wavering. If I can keep firing, I just need someone at 10 morale. I want to start some sort of chain route. I think I could probably get these chariots into back of these guys, though. They look detached enough.
Yeah, what else are they going to do?
Oh, these guys. I really have just sent these people to die, haven't I?
Well, otherwise your settlement would be full of Egyptians right now.
Yeah. Maybe they'll leave. Maybe they'll just get scared.
Well, you managed to chase the slingers away. Are you going to catch them with the chariots now?
We're in sand now. Sorry, we're in grass now. This is my territory. Oh, they're going back.
That hit them. Yeah.
But now you have to pull those chariots out. Charge them here into the back of those.
Charge them in the back.
Yep.
Light units.
Yeah, they're basically gone.
Yeah, I think if anything survives this, it'll be a miracle. I think these guys are going to break soon.
The question is, are your chariots? Well, excuse me, chariot.
Yeah, there he is. Come on, you could at least.
There's one left.
He's got 22 kills. Let's see how many you can end it with.
Leroy,
Oh,
boom.
look at that! There we go. He's taken out 8 more.
Now he's stuck in there.
Has that caused a?
No, they're rotting.
Oh, nice. Is there anyone? You're wavering. You're 3. You're 6. Let's see if we can just start a bit more of a chain.
That's like paper warriors. They have no armor.
Look at Egyptians sending in the militia first. Where are the heavies? They are not.
Oh, let's dodge them.
Yet.
Let's dodge them. Oh.
Yeah. Where's the heavy axe guys?
They are. Ooh, good question. There.
What's Manetta doing?
They're
Pharaoh guard. They're not Pharaoh attack.
Yeah, I think they're going to use up all of these archers.
Yep.
And
he wants to use all his ammo before he gets to the battle.
It's annoying because it's exactly what I would do, and that's why I don't really want him to do it. It's not fair when they play in the way that I would.
Did you try asking them nicely not to do it?
I mean, after this, we may have to ask them so nice. Right. I
mean, if you do defeat him here, though, he does have to adopt you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the law. Okay, that's good. Another break from them.
Man, just one chariot is doing so much work.
Really...
Imagine if he hadn't.
Yeah, imagine if he had more.
No, don't say that to me. I like it. I like it when I have fewer units. It helps me micro them. So I'm playing Mario Kart over here,
Anyone can do it with 8 chariots.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just must do it with 1.
They call me the Dark Souls of Total War. It's what...
I just imagine the chariot dodge rolling.
I think
at one point, I think there was a mod that I saw that I really liked, which was just chariot racing.
Oh, that's cool.
Like inside the settlement, where you could just run around with the chariot for multiplayer.
I think
it was pretty fun.
I just want to make sure Achilles doesn't die. That's really my goal here. Is if he dies, I think we're in trouble.
Good goal. Yeah.
At one point for Dynasties, we were experimenting with allowing chariots to be moved
Manually-
around
manually
with
controlled, yeah.
WSD.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
basically controlling
So I could have played
different
Mario
chariots.
Kart.
We did get it to work.
It
but
technically
had-
works, yeah.
It technically worked, but it had a ton of bugs.
Oh,
It
a
was
lot, yeah.
not ready for release. And in the end, it was basically, do we want to have the chariots that you can control with WASD, or do you want to have all the extra minor
Yeah.
touches?
Yeah.
It was like, this is a pretty obvious choice.
Yeah.
which experiment we are going to go through.
Should have thought of it earlier.
Honestly, what a power play to just stare down and slowly kill all of my people with arrows. But I think the hubris from him here may
How
be
many kills does the chariot have now?
79 kills.
Yeah.
He's done more than all of the other chariots combined. I'm going to
If
harass this
this
guy. To
one
try and kill him.
survives this battle, you need to rename that unit.
Oh.
You need to give it a very special
Really?
name.
I'll find the man who drove it and adopt him at this point. I do want to see if I can just kill that guy. But if the hubris here may be sure he's getting all of his shots out, but now it might be I only have to defend here.
Yeah. How are they going on ammo?
Hey,
Oh,
we got him. We got him.
Killed one of the
You killed
generals.
him. You killed the general.
With the one chariot.
Okay, I think this chariot you should now get it right back into
Yeah,
the settlement.
get it
to the
safe.
entry point, get it safe.
No,
You
he's
need-
got work to do. He doesn't rest till he hits 100 kills.
He's probably tired already. Give him
Yeah,
some rest.
the little
The-
leg icon is red.
Those bonuses
Yeah.
are actually quite important. I don't think people always realize how important the fatigue is in these games. And this is not just the Troy and Pharaoh.
Yeah.
It's for all the other historicals, even for the fantasy games like Warhammer. Fatigue is extremely important. You are going to have a lot of trouble if you are fighting with an exhausted
Oh my
army.
gosh.
Okay,
That makes sense.
Have I triggered army losses?
Maybe. Monetta lost his royal Capet
Oh,
card.
is it this guy routing, running through them? Like the general? Oh no, they've got a second wind.
I mean, they definitely got hit by the morale of one
Yeah.
of the generals dying.
Okay, they're down.
Just Merneptah remaining.
Yeah, that's an elite unit that just died.
Yeah.
It's only the big X guys that are a threat.
Okay. I mean, I lost a lot of my spears here. Yeah.
Get the chariot to safety.
Yeah.
He can.
He's chilling. Look, he's on the coast.
Yeah,
like,
he's happy in his grass. I've given him some trees.
yeah, get out of the chariot, go in the water a little bit.
Get the horses to the water.
Exactly.
You don't need to be firing right now.
How's,
Okay.
how's your ammo situation? You have ammo.
I'm doing all right. I mean, these guys, they shot a little bit, but mostly I'm just kind of.
We never created chariots with camos, right?
No, we didn't.
There were no. I don't think that this is a historical thing.
No. Camels came in use later in Egypt in our period.
Yeah.
They used donkeys.
Yes, but in the Babylonian lands, Syrian lands,
No, still no camels.
they do have camels there.
Did we do units with camels there?
Yes, they do have camels there. The question is, I don't think that I have ever seen historical records of camels being used in chariots.
On chariots, I don't think so. Yeah, because
No. I know we don't have such a unit.
camels aren't that fast.
Yeah.
Like camels
They
are
are
not.
fast.
Well, how fast are they pulling a chariot?
They run in a funny way, but they are pretty fast. Not for a long time. They're not like horses. But keep in mind that the horses we have today are not the same as the horses they had at that time as well.
Apparently, horses were much smaller then. Not really that easy to ride and stuff.
I haven't been able to keep up with chat as much because obviously this has been me playing.
You're fighting for your life. I don't see how you will keep up with
Someone
the chat.
did say, "What about lions attached to chariots?" I feel like at that point though, the lions are better than the chariots. You know,
They did have lions attached to chariots, but it was usually on the side of chariots, and the lions were a bit dead.
Oh yeah.
But that's it.
So here's the problem, right? Is actually they do have a unit with full ammo still.
Yeah, but is it a bad unit?
It might be. As you can see, I'm just trying to make sure that they
Poor
use all of
lads.
their.
Just
Yeah.
taking the brother.
I'm trying to waste all of their good ammunition on
This
these
is-
guys.
This is not a single entity character
There
from
we go.
Warhammer. They are going to.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm fine with them taking out the rest of those.
As soon as you said it.
They're pulling. Okay.
Yeah, they're
Okay. Now,
reorganizing.
now that I think now things are going to
Yeah,
start
they are
happening.
going to regroup.
I'm scared. I'm so
I
scared.
love the battle line here of how many.
Oh,
Yeah,
here
so
they come. All right,
So let's
let's.
just step over the corpses.
Yeah. Make the new line.
I think we're going to have to. Do you know what though? I am tempted to, with one of these club units, keep them out.
Oh no, definitely make sure that you are able to flank your
Yeah.
enemy. Always look for ways to flank.
Am I
enemies.
going to get
This is
here in
one of the-
time?
important things in this game, because we knew that we are going to revolve a lot around infantry.
Yep.
We do not have artillery
Yeah.
or interesting units like that in this age. So we made sure that we do a lot of stuff for the infantry versus infantry fighting
Yep.
to make it much more different and engaging in a way. So always try to flank and
Yep.
try to utilize your charge bonuses or terrain. That
Ooh,
is
Achilles is getting
extremely
shot.
important.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yeah, Achilles was taking fire.
Let's pull him back a little
But
bit.
that's fine.
I
He
have
has a
sent
big
my one
shield.
chariot in to look at. They're all
No,
alone. They're all
the
alone.
chariot gets shot, dude.
They're all alone. It'll be fine. Look, they're low. If I can just hit them, I think I can break them.
Keep going. Let's go.
Holy hell, this is gonna work.
Hey, look, if I think I could, I
There's
think
one chariot.
I think this, and then I guess I'll throw the slingers. But if I can just,
No, you have a very good angle here.
If you kill Merneptah, I think this battle's over.
The only problem is that you are shooting them from the left and not from the right. I
Yeah.
don't know if you know, but in Total War, you actually, because you have shield protection that gives you missile, block chance, and so on, it's slightly off to the left because the shield is always on the left hand in Total War games. So if you are actually shooting them slightly from the right, it's easier to shoot them past that shield bonus, and so for them to not get that missile block chance.
So I've thrown them in so I can sneak these guys through.
Yeah, that not doing well on the sand.
As long as they don't shoot him, he's fine.
If you had not, it's doing its thing. It's doing its thing.
I need to.
Well, your missile units are shooting here in a very good way. They still have a ton of ammo.
Yeah, I mean, if they could just break more, that would be nice. In fact, hold on, I've got a. Oh yes, okay. This is shocking.
Okay. This is now pretty much in your favor, despite of what the balance power up top says.
I think the problem is when it comes down to actual number of melee units is where I'm struggling, like in terms of what I've got left.
You need to risk Achilles and get him engaged.
Yeah.
The problem is that he can die.
I know.
He's just a single entity.
He gets in Merneptah's face.
But you need to get those flanking bonuses there.
Yep. Set them up there, and if the annoying thing is going to be these guys turning back around is going to be the problem.
That one chariot.
Do not worry about them right now. You need to keep going at the slingers there with the chariot.
Yep. Okay. Here we go. Because these are like the back units they have here are really squishy because they're the ranged units out of ammo. So if I can get them routing, I'm going to hit them hard as well.
Charging their back, and keep psycho charging.
Yep.
Especially with the units with the two-handed weapons. After they charge, leave them for about 20 seconds, pull them out, charge again.
Slingers ran out of ammo.
Let's just have them go in. I'd love another Do You Know Who I Am at this point. Are they coming back yet? Okay, those slingers have. Where's my chariot? There we go. If he can just keep the ones with ammo engaged.
Yep.
That'd be nice. Another charge in. Ooh, I don't want to risk my own people breaking.
The chariot's gone.
No!
No!
Okay.
Zooming to where it died.
I have my reserves over here. Let's send them in. I think I need to consider just actually throwing someone at melee at these guys to keep them walking.
F in the chat for the chariots.
Where's Merita?
He's here. He's on low health. If I could just, my concern is Achilles dies and then all of this breaks apart, right?
Pretty much.
Get those reserves engaged.
Yeah, I might split them cheekily just to see if I have time to get some to go around.
Use this unit to flank.
Merneptah's routed?
Merneptah's routed. Do you have some unit that can chase him down?
I can try and shoot him.
If only there was a one chariot.
I know.
There was one chariot.
Hold on. Are they on?
I think you want to pull Achilles back, not risk him down.
Yeah, he's here now. I did. It's everyone who's on low morale is actually my men, not theirs. So I'm trying to find someone who I can just help trigger the chain. It looks like these guys are gonna have time to go around. And Merneptah didn't come back in time, so that's gonna help. If I could just what's your morale? 9. 9 is perfect.
I don't know. I would risk Achilles as well. Achilles is a powerhouse, and
that's route.
Okay, let's charge them there, and these guys are going to get to come round. Screw it. Let's fire on.
Okay, it's happening.
This is weirdly doable.
This is what it's like when Achilles invades Egypt. You know, he doesn't back down.
I want you to zoom in to where that last chariot died.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think it was over here.
It was somewhere over here, right?
Oh, is that him? No, is that him? I think it could be.
That
Oh.
might very well.
Don't look at the other ones.
Don't look at those. Those are the early ones.
Those are my test chariots. The problem is these guys got underdog, right? Is that helping their morale? Oh,
Yeah, imagine the elite Axe guys probably having courage or something to keep morale up.
come on, that's 16. How I mentioned I've got ages left on. Yeah, but those are my archers. Is it worth shooting them? Will I hit like just for the morale
If you,
debuff?
if you pull your units from the back, set them up for another charge, shoot a couple of volleys in
Yep.
their back, not in your units back, but
Hey, any back will do. It's I guess these guys, right? These royal archers, they're the closest to breaking. So attacked in flank. I just want to try and stack as many debuffs on them as I can possibly get. Let's also give.
another charge.
Come on,
Come on, break.
come on.
You're Pharaoh's guard. There's no Pharaoh anymore. Pharaoh's not here. Go away.
If the Pharaoh doesn't believe in you, you shouldn't be believing in yourself.
You underestimate the devotion of some men.
Hey,
True,
hey,
true.
that flashed into -4. It's going to be
Like,
who
your
breaks
armor's
first.
pretty much gone. 5% armor.
I think I just need numbers as well at this point. Where?
Yep.
Where are they? There's the Pharaoh guard have broken.
There we go.
I think they're breaking.
Somebody broke.
You can stop shooting. Is that? Oh, is that what they've got left?
Oh yes.
That's basically nothing.
160.
You just keep breaking all the rest.
Yeah, I think you win this and it's
Well,
done.
Do they have enemies here? Is there anyone left in this melee? I don't think so,
I
right?
don't think so.
So why? Oh, as long as they don't turn around, I'm fine. Maybe I'll run up and sling them. I think there's something else though, right? Like the
Those
enemy.
are still afraid that chariot is not actually there.
Yeah, he's hiding in the grass. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
That's the other one. I was going to say the numbers aren't adding up here, so there's got to be something else left.
Let me check them.
No,
Is
it's
there
these
anything
guys.
else?
It's these guys and those guys.
Yeah.
And nothing else.
I don't think so. So,
Yeah, you have more units, but they're like 5 people, 10 people. They're very
Yeah.
low on entities.
I think it's as well I just have so few melee troops left.
You have a slinger unit with full ammo.
They're going to break there, and then surely. This gets just there we go.
There we
That's it.
go. There we go. Wow.
We're going to roll.
Congratulations, Josh. You pulled it out.
That was how long was that battle? That was a 22-minute battle. Well,
It was the memorable
Yeah.
battle.
Edge of the
We need
Steep
to
battle.
pay respects to the heroic victory.
there we go. That is befitting of Achilles. Blimey, that was very tough. But that's hopefully Meneptah. Maybe he'll just abdicate now, right? That's
You know what if Patroclus was on that chariot?
Now Achilles goes into a rage.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold on. One of the chariots does have a little bit of health left, so maybe we'll have kept them.
Did it survive after all?
It says that's him, right? One chariot,
Survived. He
170
ran away.
yards.
He didn't die.
Yes. Okay, now we need an appropriate heroic name for that
We do.
chariot.
Yes.
So I assume the smart thing here is to take replenishment, right? I'm so battered. But that amount of rods.
I
is
mean,
quite
it doesn't
nice.
really matter. The replenishment right now, your
That's a lot of
army is
money.
decimated. You need to rest up, be recruiting more
Yeah.
units and stuff like that. That's a lot of
That's a
gold.
lot of
That's
money.
a lot of bronze.
It is.
Yeah.
I do need the. Do you know what? What's the worst that could happen? What are the chances he has another 20 stack?
The Pharaoh, there are some chances, let's say. Was that Seti coming? No, it's
There's
There's
near Menafort. There's somebody coming.
I think there's
Yeah.
2 armies stacking Menafort.
Oh no.
Do you know what? I had some success in managing to negotiate a peace with the vassals of Meneptah, where maybe
I think
that's something
you
I can
should
get here.
offer him to adopt you after this
What do
fight.
you think?
Yeah, I think you sue for peace right now.
Yeah,
I don't-
You saw me in action. Adopt me.
Exactly.
Oh, these are
Can
tiny.
your
ones,
son
that's
do
fine.
this?
Okay, let's. I mean, what is his temperament towards us after that battle? Is it, is he? Oh no, he doesn't want peace. But I feel like he does want peace a
Yes,
little
he's
bit
pissed
more.
off. He's pissed off that you defeated him.
Oh yeah, humiliated him. So I'm guessing I should sally out just to take out the people who are remaining. Otherwise, they're going to start raiding stuff.
Yeah, it's basically nothing there.
I could probably. Oh, those are elite. And
Elite
he's
Magi archers. Oh boy.
Could I?
Does the settlement garrison reach them? It might be doable that way.
Yes.
Oh,
there
if
we
the
go.
garrison helps
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
easy then. All right, let's just get rid of them. Let's just take some more bronze. Oh, there we go. That's Egypt's. Egypt's borders secured quite easily, right? That was. What's the last part of it? Is Petpe? Is that Petpe? So we probably need to take this guy out and then go and recover a little bit. But
rename your chariots.
Oh yes. What do you think then? What is the name of the
Does that have anything for us?
Oh.
What's an appropriate name? What did he do? He killed a lot of people. I was thinking
he rolled the sands a lot. So the sand raiders,
Yeah.
something like.
Yeah, there we go.
Heroic sand raider chariot.
Sand raider, we'll go. Someone suggested kills on wheels, which I also quite like. We can go for kills on wheels for
There we go.
Oh, there's
Kills
so
on
many other
wheels.
good names coming in. Coordinate chariots, rolling thunder, Achilles drag racers, Defiler of the Pharaoh. Oh, they're all very good names.
Achilles and drug racers is so meta.
Achilles drag races.
But it was just one chariot, so
Yeah.
it drags.
Let's go for Achilles drag racer then.
There we go.
Fantastic name suggestions. Okay, they I feel like we should go for the replenishment
Yeah.
side of
If
this.
all next battle go like this, you're gonna need it.
Yeah. And they do, people. I don't understand why people don't want me here. Oh, that's losses, right? That's not he's gonna die.
Red is die. That's losses. Yeah.
Okay, I can handle. Yeah, there we go.
Have you disabled the kill animations?
No, I skipped through them because I've watched a lot. We watched some of them. I watched a lot of them, so I've seen them all now. I'm fully killed. I saw he had a.
I am more or less responsible for the choreography in those animations.
Oh, really?
They happen. Yeah, we were working with some stunt guys and so on to
that...
make them come to life. We actually added so many kill animations like that to the game. We added a lot of them for Troy, but for Pharaoh, we made sure that all the regular units have such matched animations as well.
Oh yeah,
and a lot of those kill animations happen in the game as well if you zoom in into the battles.
Oh, that's really cool.
In Troy, it was not like that because we didn't really have enough time to do such a massive change.
Yeah,
but with Pharaoh, we made sure that all units have matched animations, and matched kills, and so on.
For Troy, we focused on the breakdance circle.
Oh yeah. So I've swapped out to a bronze shield here because I feel like him staying alive is important for us. I really love the way the ancillaries change your bodyguard. That is such a cool feature.
That's so cool.
Like a part of me was like, oh, maybe he's like, Achilles is becoming more Egyptian, so he's getting a Kopesh, but he loves his Greek spear. It's all he's had to remind him of everything that he's come from. I will throw to a couple of other questions because that was a longer battle than I anticipated, so I haven't had the chance to work through them. One question I
was
really curious about, specifically because we have both of you here, was how do kind of campaign and battle teams coordinate? So do you design together, or are you handing things back and forth between each other?
Oh boy,
there's a lot of throwing stuff at each other because we are just right next to each other in the office. But
yeah.
I guess that's not exactly what you're asking. I mean, it's always a very big collaboration between battle and campaign, because even though they can be looked as two separate games, more or less, they are still extremely connected.
Yeah.
And one cannot go without the other. So there always needs to be a lot of collaboration from the start of the early high-level designs and stuff all the way to the details.
Yeah. Honestly, it's the biggest challenge is because every time, when we basically start going deep, start you picked out your features and now you're trying to design everything and
Yeah.
you go super deep, you start kind of tunnel visioning on the stuff you're doing, and you have to zoom out and remember, how this connects to battle.
Yep.
That is honestly, it sounds pretty basic, but it is a challenge because it takes some presence of mind,
Yeah.
to just move your head back and think, okay, how does this connect to battle now?
And in fact, that's a really interesting perspective on it, because it's semi related, but it was more on the unit and formation side of, is it how much of that process is the zoomed out spreadsheets and numbers versus how much things feel like they're working when you then get the chance to play it.
So I mean, there are two ways of looking at it. I always try to say there are two types of designers: some that are really into the spreadsheets and mathematics and data driven and so on, and that is extremely important. While others are, we somehow call them Jedi designers, so where they just how the things feel, how it should be. So technically, the truth is that you need both.
Yep.
You cannot go without both. It's if a game is made only from data-driven stuff and basically math, it's going to be extremely dry, and you are not going to have something successful. And then again, if you are just going by the feels of it and not using any data, then you are also not going to have a good time.
Yep.
Usually, I do believe it's easier to start off with Excel spreadsheets and data-driven things, or benchmark units, or the likes of for initial balancing. But you need a ton of playtesting afterwards, because data doesn't always tell you everything that you need to know, and you need both. There's no way around it. So I think that is the answer to this question.
I guess it's this makes sense on paper versus this is actually then what felt right. I did see a question as well. So a few questions. So one person was asking why we're so early. The reason we're early is we have our fantastic guest from Sophia. I don't like making them work into the evening. So our 3 till 5 streams. So what time's that? 5 till 7 for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't want to ask them to stay till 7 p.m. So we've streamed earlier, but people will be able to catch the VOD if they want to watch some Pharaoh Troy gameplay. Someone asked as well, it was one of the questions I had, but it's come from chat, is what are your favorite units?
Well, I mean, for me, so I'm a bit biased here because I like the Thracians, maybe because I'm from Bulgaria.
We have a little bit of heritage
so maybe a bit biased here, but they do have a chariot that can ignore the penalties from taller grass or forests. And having chariots ambush you from the forest is extremely awesome. And I really like that. I think you only get that unit if you play with the minor faction of Rizus, or if you conquer lands in Thracia and you get some of the native units there. So it's a very niche unit because it's right at the end of the map that you need to conquer to get it. And it's not supersonic. It cannot compare to the heavy chariots of the Hittites. But you can get it early on in the game, and it can really carry you around. This is definitely my favorite unit, I would say.
Yeah, I am a simple man. I like Kushite archers because you get them earlier than the other, very powerful archers.
Yeah.
And like it's cool, to do what like Merneptah did, where you fire into somebody. But it's when you fire into stuff that doesn't have armor and see them melt. That's just I like to just sip on a hot drink while watching that.
Oh yeah.
Because in Pharaoh Dynasties we added a specific option where you can choose if you want your archers to shoot with a trajectory. I'm not sure what the word is in English. Or if
the arc.
The arc. If you want to shoot with an arc, or if you want to shoot directly into the enemy. So shooting directly obviously makes it reduces the range by a lot, and makes it so that you need to have a line of sight to the enemy directly. But if you manage to position those archers into a direct shooting line and instead of using arcs, just shoot the enemy directly, they're just melting stuff. It's
Yeah.
extremely cool to watch, especially if you're using the critical hit chances, the lethality that we have.
Yeah, and because I remember fighting on the map that are sand dunes, which are basically hills of sand, and you're basically standing over the ridge.
Oh yes.
And you're direct firing down on people who are coming in and getting fatigued, walking up sand. Feels great, man.
Yeah. I mean, this is something mainly because of movies and so on. People always assume that the bow should be shot like with a huge arc because this gives you the most range and so on.
Yeah.
But when it comes to power and being able to penetrate certain types of armor and so on, shooting at someone directly just makes it so much more lethal. And we've really tried to represent that into the game, and it feels amazing. It can feel even more amazing with javelins.
Yeah.
So if you manage to line up your javelin men so that they can shoot directly into enemies, they're going to melt even heavily armored units because they have a lot of armor penetration and so on. And they have some of the highest lethality stats in the game. So it is hard to pull off because they have extremely low range.
Yep.
But if you manage to do it, it just looks amazing.
The lethality as well, it seems to have added some really interesting design space for. There was an army I fought against, and I thought they looked awful on paper. It was like loads of axe units, I think, and like lower militia axe. And I was like, this is easy. I've got way better stuff. But their unit thing was their lethality was really high.
Yeah.
And because of that, they were like mobbed up, able to really deal some damage to some of my high guys. And that was really interesting for me, of just starting to actually balance. I play very defensively, so I started to add in some more of these high lethality for those rear charges. Absolutely brutal if they're not being hit back.
Yeah, we were thinking basically about what's the difference between the different types of weapons and how can we make those kinds of infantry feel different. Technically, this is a bit more into the gameplay terms, not so much realistic, because they all fought with spears, and whoever could afford swords as well. So not different coaches didn't really focus on different weapons. Do they have axes? Yeah, they probably have axes, but this doesn't mean that they had a regiment that only used axes or something like this. So, but we were thinking we want to make the game have bigger variety. And it was always like, well, what's the difference between a sword and an axe? Sword is obviously much more agile.
Yep.
It's easier to bypass enemy defenses with a sword, where the axe is much more unwieldy.
Yeah.
But so swords have higher chance to hit, which is basically the attack skill, and you can more easily defend with a sword compared with an axe. So an axe has lower stats in that regard.
Yeah.
But in terms of damage, they're more or less the same, but an axe has much more lethality, where it can have that one hit that just matters and hits the right spot and kills an enemy right off.
I'm going to ask you a follow-up question on that, but before I do, I'm just going to ask, should I join this civil war?
I mean, Merneptah already attacks you. How is it going to get worse?
True. And now I can wear a fun hat as well. So.
Fine, right?
Yeah.
The question I was going to ask, so because it was originally a thing, the rock paper scissors of Total War, and I think you can kind of see it like exemplified in Shogun, right? But that rock paper scissors is, depending on the flavor of game, can be more complex based on the unit types. You guys had probably one of the hardest challenges of that, in there's so many different types of melee troop. So, like, how does a club interact in the triangle? How does a club interact with an axe versus a sword versus a spear? Was that something you went into intentionally as someone walked into your room?
So basically, our rock, paper, scissors is still present, but it's not so much into the type of specific weapon that a different infantry is wielding. For example, for us, the more rock, paper, scissors thingy, well, which is not exactly like that, but it's still the main difference between units is their use on the battlefield. Like, is this unit used to try to flank and deal damage? Like, we usually call them chargers, which are units usually with two-handed weapons, less protection, that can deal a lot of damage and basically damage dealers. Or are they frontline infantry, or are they ranged units? Now, all of those units have little differences in between them. For example, we put slingers, javelin men, and bowmen into the ranged units part of the rock, paper, scissors, let's say, but they have their different specializations inside of them. Sorry. And so We have, for example, slings have the most range, but deal the least damage. Javelins, on the other hand, have the smallest range, but deal the most damage,
Yep.
and so
Are clubs?
on. We got a bit of a parched throat
Oh,
here,
that's
so
fine. If you need to get any more water, please do feel free. I think for me I can see axes in my head. It was like axes will split shields, swords. They are that kind of general all round. Spears are more defensive, and then I think for me the hardest bit to transition in was where do clubs fit into that equation, and then one-handed, two-handed clubs. The differences between them.
one of the things that we did for clubs is that we gave most of them the so-called armor degradation stat, which makes it so that they have the least amount of lethality because compared to other weapons, obviously, but they do usually have high attack skill and high defense skill because it's not that hard to hit with a club, and it's basically very good for even peasants and so on to use.
Yep.
So they have low but consistent damage, and they do over time break down the armor of the opponents. So you can wear down enemies with clubs.
Okay. That's I think the armor stuff as well. I remember when we first presented the preview build, I think the things that really stuck out were the armor degradation and the weather. Like weather is such a fantastic addition in how that works and like cycling through.
I mean, it's not a new addition. There has always been weather in previous.
I get the dynamic weather.
Yeah.
Being able
we
to
made it
to
switch
plan
during a battle. Yeah.
Even I think we had dynamic weather even in Empire and so on, where you could start raining and you need to wait with your muskets. You cannot shoot now because it's raining.
Yeah.
Then the rain can stop. So it's not something completely new, but we definitely emphasized on the effects of this weather.
Yeah.
The dynamic terrain, where the terrain can turn into mud, is something that is
that's really
completely
cool.
unique
Yeah.
for this game.
Developed for Pharaoh.
So tell me if I'm crazy here. All right. I know in theory I should go back and defend Menether, right? But I don't want Meneptah to have the opportunity to recruit back down here, because I think if I can take this province out, then I own the province, right? I can put some commandments in, and that'll be a nice little boon. So is it crazy to spend this turn recruiting an army here, specifically then to march over next turn, under the assumption that they probably won't attack? I mean, I think I lose if I have to fight it. But it's close enough that it feels like 4 or 5 units might just knock that into a victory.
I think if you're defending those and those chariots can't come in,
Yeah.
I don't think they can win.
Yeah, because looking at it, it's like this is all militia, right? So their best units are these chariots. The slingers, I have chariots here, not many, but as we know, it only takes one. All right, not enough that I could sneak out and deal with theirs. Menether has a decent garrison. Yeah, like they're veterans, and I've got some archers that are decent. I mean, there are
armored archers,
but... and then I've got this random man here who's from the outpost. So it's not awful odds if they do attack me. So I'm wondering if I can afford to wait the turn.
I think you have time, but you have to go reinforce. But you can do it later. Like I will do what you're doing.
All right, so we'll keep aggressively pushing down to take the province, and hope there's no one here. No, it looks good. Like I think the other thing with these kinds of buildings, the garrisons are always like this. Like this is a full-on battle, right? They always are a big. Oh, these are all veterans as well. Do I go back and I might just go back and replenish for the rest of this turn? Have I got the? Yeah,
it is a winnable battle, definitely.
Yeah. I think I just want to make sure if I'm gonna have to fight against a bunch of veterans that I have at least all of the men in a unit. Okay, let's see how this goes. Is this the man sitting in Menether? Let's give him something. Let's give him. Oh, is it the man in Menether? Yeah.
By the way, interesting fact: the whole mechanic with the changing your bodyguards with your weapons, like deciding what kind of shields they're going to have, what kind of armor, what kind of weapons. It all came into place because we wanted to give pharaohs the ability to have different hats.
Yeah, it started with hats.
It started with hats.
As most things do.
As most things do. Because technically they had different crowns, and we wanted those crowns to have effects.
Yep.
And we added them, obviously, into the interface and so on. But it looked weird that you would not see them when you rode into battle, and
Yeah.
we really wanted to show the awesome crowns that we created into battle.
Yeah.
So we made it possible for the pharaohs to be able to change those crowns
Yep.
and for that to have an actual effect on their model into battles. And from then onwards, someone said, "Why not make that the same for weapons?" Then someone was like, "Well, then if we do it for weapons, let's do it for armor as well." Then
Right.
it's weird that we do not include shields in this. Let's just include in shields. And so the
And
implementation,
so on, yeah.
the implementation of this feature
Yeah.
is kind of insane, because if we had known from the start that we are going to do a system for the bodyguards where you can choose their armaments and decide how they're going to look on the battlefield and so on, we would have probably gone a different way.
True.
But because it started with hats, we were basically, well, we're just going to create one version for each pharaoh with a different hat.
And then just a little bit more.
And it's going to be a different entity in the database. But that escalated.
Yeah.
With the weapons and everything.
Then
And armor.
okay, each crown and each weapon, it's getting a little big, but it's still doable. And then each weapon with each crown with each shield, and then each weapon with each crown with its shield with each armor, and
And I'll put him on a chariot.
And I'll put him on a chariot.
Right. So technically, in the database, well, some of the modders know this because they've opened up the database and they know what's going in there. There are thousands of entities.
We basically brute forced it.
Yeah, we brute forced them. It was not a great implementation. It's definitely something I would have done in a different way if we had known from the start that we were going to do a system like that. But yeah, it's brute forced. It's thousands of entities in the database that all represent the different character with a different weapon and different shield and so on. So some small tidbits of information.
That's really cool.
It wasn't at the time.
No.
There's all sorts of things like that. I remember at first we were going with the new names of the settlements. We didn't have Mennefer. We had Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what we know the settlement is right now. But then someone was like, this city actually is not called like that in the Bronze Age. And so we had to dig up all the settlements and all the different names, how they were actually. Which was, at some point we were thinking, well, what are the players going to think? Because they probably do not know what Mennefer is or Khufu or something like that. So because everybody has heard Memphis or some of the other settlements, but they don't know the old names.
Exactly.
But in the end, we decided we were going to be as historically authentic as possible. So we are going to use the names of the time. We had this even in Troy. I remember because we were, I specifically was researching for different types of armor that they had and so on. And there is one very famous so-called Dendra armor, which is like this huge bronze plates with. It's very famous.
It's basically a big bronze dress.
It's a huge bronze scarf around you from everywhere, and it's very famous for being called the Dendra armor. And we had it into the game with like Dendra swordsmen and so on. But then later we were like, well, why is it called the Dendra armor? It's called the Dendra armor because it was found in an excavation near a village called Dendra nowadays, which obviously they would not have called it like that at the time. And we were again, well, now we need to find different names for that sort of stuff.
I mean, they probably worked out from you speaking there, but I did see someone asking who the two guests on the stream. They may have worked out what your specialties are from the answer there. But yes, we have here Teo and Milcho, who worked as designers. Teo, would you describe yourself as a campaign designer or a factory mechanic?
A campaign designer,
a campaign designer, and Milcho, who was battle designer.
I leave the math of battle to him.
Okay, so they didn't attack, which is nice, and I can, in theory, march over and reinforce. I think these will be enough people to help tip that balance. I've also made some trades. I was trying to very cheekily, while you were talking, see if these counted as like instant recruitment, that I could recruit even while under siege. So like, I did some trades to get the resources for it, but no, it's you've bested me.
You're under siege.
Do we think? do I go one more turn? The problem, I guess, the problem is if I move there and it's not enough.
You can't. You can't recruit them.
Yeah. Do you know what? Here's what we do. This is where it all comes into play. I'm hoping just having one gold unit there is going to help the balance of power against all of their gold units. And then
I honestly like how this dynamic for armies ended up. Like you'll see lots of armies that are gold, 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 and then all of the chaff.
Yeah.
And you care about the gold units,
There
and
we
the
go.
chaff you sacrifice.
Well, this represents basically the tier of the unit itself. So the gold ones are tier 5 and 6. So obviously much better than units that are silver, which is tier 3 and 4, depending on how many borders they have. And the shape of the border shows how heavy that unit is, so that you can easily see at a glance, because those are things that are quite important in the game.
So I think I'm going to take and keep the chariot as part of a main army, but the rest of these guys, I think I'm just going to go and dump in here to become part of that Mennefer garrison.
Just stash them away.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't forget to use their skill abilities. They're still quite powerful.
Yes, this guy leveled up quite a bit as well, I think. Yeah. Oh, 1. I should probably aim for a 3 of something, right? So I can add one of the titles.
Yeah. Adding some competences is pretty.
Do you know what? I very rarely go down Ardor. I think it's I guess it's. I'm usually much more of a. I really like. I guess look, we're learning a lot about each other during the stream. I'm a very defensive player. I love replenishment, and I like shrine buff.
I love to be able to move fast on the map. That's...
Yeah. Do we think this has got a good shot of taking these guys out?
If you don't, I think those sea people to the left are going to take it.
I would rather Greece owned it than them. Can I? Ooh. Oh, no one will die. Someone will die. I'm fine doing that.
It's going to be a Cadmean victory.
I want to see if we can get to...
That's another thing.
That's a fun thing, yeah.
Because we couldn't use Pyrrhic victory.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened yet.
King Pyrrhus was, I don't know if it's pronounced Pyrrhus, but he was later.
Yes.
About 1,000 years later.
About 1,000 years later.
Because there's not a Rome at this point, right? Not as we know it.
At all.
No, not even close.
There's some semblance of Italians.
Well, yeah, we need the Trojans to go sail over to Italy and...
True.
You know.
Yeah.
How it is in the myth.
We need who? Aeneas. Aeneas survives and goes to do Rome.
So now we've got the province. We can put a little... Do you know what? The other thing I think is really interesting is these province edicts. They all have apart from this one, which is just a very small buff, they all have a downside, which I think it makes it an interesting choice. So I think I'm going to be okay with a 5% recruitment cost. I'm assuming happiness. Actually, happiness is pretty good. Have I got... It's because I've got my shrine, I think.
Yep.
I'm also going to build a lookout post. I'm going to repair this at some point. But honestly, guys, every time I repair it, they immediately destroy it. So... It's only so many times I'm willing to rebuild it's their pyramid as well. I think that's the most insulting thing, you know? Like,
now you know what it feels like to be a modern day mayor, where all the landmarks need, maintenance.
Yeah, very true. But it's like, why aren't the Egyptians
people
exactly
and Egyptians?
I think we are. Oh, where are we at? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be possible to hit that level of legitimacy before we end the stream. But I'm doing my absolute best. Is this the best? I assume this is the best hat to be wearing here, right? With legitimacy +5. I was tempted by the war one, but I don't know if we.
Yeah, right now, you are looking for legitimacy. You want to get up there, and you are doing a really good job. You are 3rd. Right now on legitimacy, so
I do wonder if there's any, because we can't negotiate with them now, but you can negotiate with.
Not.
I was going to say, like the vassals, I could negotiate with, because a lot of his strength is in these vassals. So I was just seeing if there's anyone who. Oh, I guess
if you can unvassal some of them, it'll probably work. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Just not yet. I need to beat them a little bit more.
They trust their old Pharaoh too much.
The other thing that tempts me though, guys, is going and starting my own religion. Just leaving all let whatever happens here, but just send some people down the Nile. In fact, you know what? These guys, this one guy maybe could go and do that
turn them into a program.
Yeah. Oh, what a what a fantastic way of putting it. Yeah, let's turn him into a pilgrim and send him down to establish a new religion. I guess upkeep would be nice here in this province, seeing as this is going to be where we're defending a lot. And also, I just gossip every time. I don't know if there's something better I should be doing. I just love to gossip. It doesn't feel very.
We all.
But I mean, I'd love it if someone was in this position so that I could get gold. But I will. 100 brigade. But it's too much. Do I really need much from him? Piety. Absolutely, I need things from him. He's going to help us establish our new religion, whether he likes it or not. Okay, I think that is everything.
If you are to become a real pharaoh, you do need friends in the court.
You do, yeah. You can't do it on your own.
Also, I'm pretty sure I did just say to you guys that, I never go for that, the movement. But I'm going to do that now for our pilgrim because I want him to get to our new holy land as quickly as possible. Yeah. Someone said, does this mean Troy and Pharaoh are prequels to Rise of the Republic?
Yes.
In a way.
In a way.
Yeah.
If you look at it like that.
You're gonna start working on one big mod that takes you across all of history.
I mean, this has always been in the talks, and I think it's been for modders as well.
Yeah.
What it would be if the game spans the whole world and it starts from the Stone Age and goes all the way to modern age. That would be so awesome.
I mean,
it's also so huge.
Yeah, it's also huge.
You can see Total War Caveman where clubs are OP. They need to nerf woolly mammoths. Honestly, you get a herd of them and you're unstoppable. One thing I was meant to call out half an hour ago that I will call out is we did also, I believe, release a small hotfix for Three Kingdoms this morning just to fix some load issues. So hopefully that's gone live. I think I saw that it did, just to fix some boot issues. So if people were struggling with boot times, then that should help there. One thing I wanted to, and this is really odd because it's like crossing between your two different jobs. But one thing I called out on the stream on Tuesday that I won't ask you to comment on. You're here in a Pharaoh and Troy capacity. I spoke about attacking from sea, coming to some more factions in the 7.0 update for Warhammer 3. I clarified on Reddit, so I wanted to make sure I clarified it in official stream capacity as well. That the places that change is being looked at for are Wolfric and the Vampire Coast. The Black Arcs already see use of it, but there was a lot of discussion that I saw on the forums on Reddit about Albric, so that has been passed on and that's being looked into. But no guarantees in that. But I just wanted to say that we've seen that, and I heard that.
What job set?
But again, you're here as pharaohs, not as Warhammers. This is crazy to take. This is an insane ambition to take, but it feels like a very Achilles ambition to take.
I mean, it is, yeah.
Troy Merita?
Yeah.
For 1,000 gold.
And
3 victory points. I mean,
and you got 30 ambitious 30 turns.
Look,
that's a lot of time.
That is. Do you know what? I think it's 30 turns in the future from now is where I kept playing, and I still don't think I've killed Menepta. So very ambitious. Right, let me do what I was going to do. Just drop these guys off into the garrison.
We're saying ambitious. We're not saying smart.
Yeah.
You sound like everyone else I stream with. All right, then he's going to start making.
No, I would go for that option definitely.
Yeah. I mean, victory points is how you win the game.
Oh no, they're not going to take it, are they? No,
they can't. They literally can't.
Oh, that's good then. Is it so? I'm the only one who is able to follow the.
Yeah, it is considered a cursed city, and no one should touch it.
Oh yeah, just wait.
Unless you believe in the sun god that is Aten.
And we all do.
We all do, yes.
So where I guess I've not left myself a choice here. I was gonna say, where do I go next? I guess I've got to go and attack Menepta.
Well, I mean, you chose that ambition.
Yeah. I did. We collectively chose that ambition. If something goes wrong, the fault lies with all of us.
Yeah, sure. We got together. We voted on it. We all voted yay.
This is not a democracy.
I saw a question from chat as well. Is the 3K stream still planned, or is it scuttled definitely, indefinitely? No, I I did actually get all of the stuff ready for it. I've got to save. Again, every time I've had to do one of these like 25 lives, I just get too engrossed in the game. So I think my Salsal saves like 85 turns in. But what we've done is we were hoping to do it just before, but obviously then it wasn't quite the right time for us to talk about our titles. So, and then I went on holiday for 2 weeks. So we've added, I believe, that stream back towards the end of it. So yeah, it's a little bit out of order, but we will have that stream. We will have those moments, and we will have those guests. I didn't end turn, did I? The pending actions honestly saves my life. There's so much I forget to do every time. Oh, he's got. This is what I mean. Look at the number of plots. So this is against him, sure, but he just removes everywhere. I'm shocked that I've managed to make it this far, and that I've not got like 4 plots against me. This is the problem with having a tyrant who didn't die when they were meant to die. You know?
Yeah.
This is your doing.
Yeah. Imagine what happens when he hits 200 years
God,
old.
it's gonna be a nightmare. How close am I to? I did manage to get a wife.
Yay!
And
Raised in the wild.
Also, absolute age appropriate as well. 32.
Wow. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a minus 2% chance of having a child. So there's a chance, but the thing is, if you divorce, then I lose my own appeal by like 2, right? I struggled to get any wife, so I don't really want to have to divorce. But I do need children. All right, I think we just end turn here and we see what Menepta does. Oh no, I've got to roll decree. I didn't go for symmetry, but it does look like I have. I probably should start going down upkeep, right?
I'm not sure that making it aesthetically good is the right way to look at
That's the Bronze Age, you know?
Degrees, but still.
If it makes you feel better, you know.
It does. I'll go up this way. It feels redundant to go for the god dedication slot, which is on the way to unit upkeep. So I'm going to see if I can work around it, rather than go through it. I am not going to bother spending 200 to gossip to a man that I'm currently trying to kill.
I'm not sure why you're so much worried about upkeep, considering the amount of food that you have and the provinces that you have. You're never going to be short on food, even though you're losing.
So for me, I know
bronze is the more important, but you are currently on the positive in bronze.
Yeah, I think I've seen the future 40 turns ahead where I've got like 7 armies and I am just dire for money. I also think my capture card may have just stopped. So hold on, let me put us onto split screen while I quickly fix my capture card.
Also, in this game, like the food income is tricky because there's seasonal effects for farms on the Nile.
Yep.
You know, for when they like sow and harvest and everything. So food upkeep is kind of tricky to evaluate because they, if they're not paying out well this turn, they might be paying out well next turn.
Yeah. I think the barter system in general is probably one of my favorite parts of at least the campaign side of Troy and Pharaoh. Like it is so fun to engage with and be like, oh, I just need stone, but I have this. I think it's taking away from there being one resource, right? And being able to just have the fine tuning is really, really engaging.
And you have to think of it like long term. To do long term agreements is often much better than to just, well, I need 500 stone now. Let's see what I can trade for 500 stone.
Yeah.
Think in advance what you are going to need, where you're going to.
It really helps me do diplomacy. Like who do I need as a friend? Who has stone right now? Who has stone and wants to be my friend? And go from there.
Yeah, that's a smart way. So the way I play, usually if my food is on the positive, it means I do not have enough armies and I need to raise more armies. Food always needs to be in the negative and I always need to be conquering stuff. That's how I go on about it.
We should put a picture of you doing thumbs up next to the food icon. If it's in the red, Milcho thumbs up.
Yeah.
I think that's.
You are not doing something correct.
I think if I'm on food, if I'm minus 2,000 is where I start to panic. Like I can handle like.
Not think of it in absolute numbers. Think of it in terms. Like how many turns do I get if I keep this amount of armies right now? So, and if it's 5 turns, then for 5 turns I'm going to suck and have settlements.
You're gonna beat somebody up for 5 turns.
It means I have like a lot of armies. I'm going to sack a lot of settlements. I'm going to get that food with no problem. Now, if it gets below 2, this is where I can start to worry. But even then, you can just disband armies and
Yeah.
um,
I don't believe in disbanding armies. I believe in making that someone. I go take someone else's land and make that my problem. They've got to feed them now.
Yeah,
yeah, that's the easier way to do it.
While
because I would never disband Kills on Wheels, no matter what the income situation is.
Oh yes, Kills on Wheels stays that.
Yeah.
Obviously.
while this is it is my capture software has to do a very quick update and restart itself. While it's doing that, I've mentioned what mine is, but not that I'm proud of my favorite. But what is the mechanical feature that you guys worked on that you're most proud of in Troy and Pharaoh?
Oh God, I always hate these questions because like it's like picking a favorite child. Like if you pick one, does that mean the others are worse? No, it doesn't. For me, I think doing Ancient Legacies was pretty fun because we basically transitioned between from Troy to Pharaoh, from having a feature based on who you start with to having a feature based on where you are. For exactly as you did. If you're Achilles, you go to Egypt to become the Pharaoh, and you use an Egyptian faction mechanic.
Yep.
Because you have one of their Ancient Legacies. And yeah, the one you're using, Akhenaten, was the most fun, and the one we're during development we're the most scared of, because the combinations are endless, and there's probably something that's too powerful for our taste in there. But also, you're making your own religion.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we want out of our strategy game.
I know for me, it's not always the most fun is the more interesting one, because one of the more interesting ones for me is obviously the lethality and
Yeah.
how the whole system with the different types of units and different weapons work. Technically, we had to rebalance the whole game from Pharaoh to Pharaoh dynasties to add a new stat and to accommodate all that. It's been a lot of interesting stuff, but the most fun is definitely something very simple, but it's fires in settlements and the ground and how they spread around, how they move from building to building. It's not very complicated. It's also a bit niche. It mostly comes online when you're fighting sea peoples who try to burn your settlements, or if you specifically are trying to use scorched earth tactics or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was definitely very fun to work with, to implement.
Did you play a lot of Attila while looking around and thinking about?
Actually, yes. Actually, yes.
What would you say your favorite Total War games were? Before Troy and Pharaoh, of course.
Well, before Troy. For me, it's definitely Medieval 1, that is, because that's when I really started playing Total War. Technically, I played Shogun 1 before that as well, but not that much really. As much. But Medieval 1 was the first that hit the right age and just went nuts from it. Actually, after that, my favorite is a bit game that it's not that popular.
Controversial.
A bit controversial maybe, and that's Napoleon.
Oh yeah.
I really love the battles in Napoleon and the battle maps themselves, the idea that you can use artillery. I do like it in Empire as well, but I think Napoleon polished it a lot more and made it much more interesting. So for me, definitely it's Napoleon. So one of the other games. But yeah, I love fantasy as well. So I love Warhammer too. It's every game has its own niche and thing that is good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll cover the thing you didn't mention. My go-to game is Shogun 2.
Yep.
There was an excellent. I distinctly remember the feeling of discovery each time you figure out how to use a new unit, because there's obviously you can do Yara Yashigaru till the end of the game. You'll probably do well, but there was something special about learning how to use the Hojo bomb throwers, or the ninjas, or the Nodachi samurai with the really big swords. All these units feel kind of weird, but when you figure out how to use them, you feel like the smartest person in the room.
Yeah. Yeah, it's finding that niche. I will say we're doing. I don't know if you've seen it, but we're doing the Total War Eras Clash, which is where we've been playing a bunch of multiplayer with some content creators of all of our historical titles. The Napoleon one was fantastic. The way that game plays and the flow of it is really good. I still think my favorite's going to be Shogun 2. I think Shogun 2 multiplayer is so good.
Shogun 2 is one of the best, and this is why I do not select it.
Okay. I'm basic. I'm the basic one.
But I actually don't like Shogun 2 that much. This does not include Fall of the Samurai. Fall of the
This
Samurai.
guy,
is awesome.
internet, this man.
Fall of the Samurai is pretty awesome, and because of the era and so on. But
Oh, because you love Napoleon, you just need guns. That's the thing, isn't it? You
I
want
guess I just love guns. Yeah, I guess.
And ships with cannons.
In good news, so the turn did end and it kept going. We had a child, so
Oh,
we did it.
congratulations, Josh.
Thank you very much. I don't know if we'll see them to live long. Hopefully they will. But what was the? Oh yeah, it was. I was thinking like I was playing. I mentioned I was playing DEI, and there is a lot of like child mortality in that. So every time I had a child, it'd be like, can I celebrate yet? So hopefully the all of our Egyptian children will be okay.
They're going quite realistic, but again, here in the campaign settings, you've selected the option to have no characters dying of old age and stuff like that, which I think includes children dying of disease as well. So it's gonna be fine. Was it the he or she? I don't know.
Yeah, this is a version of Egypt which has excellent health and childcare.
Yep.
And they just they just they live a happy life.
There's our little child. My Migdon.
My Gdom.
My Gdom.
This is my Gdom.
And that, do you know what? I'm not going to say it's a sign, but the same turn that we establish a new religious settlement is the turn our child is born. You know,
Athens has blessed you with a child.
Is that a coincidence? Maybe not. So would you go up here, or would you go and take out the
I think I want Kess. I want that one.
Oh,
I don't want to go up north.
Kess has more of a garrison than
garrison.
That settlement has been,
and we could hit the fort on the way.
Probably should.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
That's a fort with a strong garrison. Very often you need to clear those out, otherwise you're not going to have a.
And it's a fort, so it requires siege equipment.
Yep. So
Yeah.
we'll take that out and then we'll move on.
Slow you down.
Yeah, very much the point of forts.
I think
it can feel pretty annoying when you have to do it against the old Pharaoh and so on. But those forts are extremely helpful when the sea people start coming in.
Yeah, I think there's so many ways to interact with garrisons here, and I think that's just what's really appreciated is the ability to custom make your own custom garrison really with the forts. I think is really satisfying. What am I doing? I guess I'm upgrading. I think I just need them all high enough for the garrisons.
Yeah. It might be time for some economy spending now.
Yeah, where's most likely to get attacked? I mean, I've built guard towers in both. I guess I can see myself, like, one of these guys declaring war on me and they're just moving up would be a problem. I will say, so this is exactly, not exactly, but this is very similar to a point that I got in the other campaign that I played. However, I didn't actually join the Civil War. So what I did at this point, which I can't do now, is I gave back this province for peace with Meneptah, and then I just went and killed everyone in the south that I could. I can't do that this time, so I am actually forced into this war for significantly longer than I would like to be.
Well, you need some sort of an alliance.
Yes.
Ooh, are the sea peoples coming? No.
I hope not.
No, I think this is the Trojan War is happening without Achilles.
Yeah, the Trojan War is starting there.
Well,
okay, he sallied out.
Well, then I think we have our last battle of the stream.
Yeah.
It's that, or I retreat and take him on solo. Oh, that's a lot of gold.
This is a proper army. There's no chap.
Yeah, this is. Where
This
are we?
is a strong army.
This is a strong army.
But you have the chariots that are now even upgraded slightly.
True.
Full of all 11 chariots.
You are going to be out on the sand again.
That's not great. Do you know what?
Technically, it's not great.
What do you think? Do we pull back and fight just the army without the outpost, or do we fight here?
I don't know if the outpost makes a difference.
I'm not sure they will actually chase you down if you retreat.
It's more like getting rid of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like 4 units. That does, and considering how close that balance of power is, 4 units, and all of mine are bronze. Oh. I'm gonna pull back because I really do want to see if we can become Pharaoh. And if I fight that battle now, that is the end of the stream. Either through victory or loss. That's the end of the stream.
Yeah, something I
I mean, it's
noticed.
definitely winnable.
Who are you?
How dare you? This-
Mycenae?
Yeah, the
Oh.
down here from Crete, I think, right?
Agamemnon is mad that you are
Yeah.
not joining the Trojan
Yeah.
War.
I've got bigger issues going on than the Trojan War. All right, I've got big issues going on back home in my new home in Egypt. Should I be making Menapha my capital?
Oh yeah, you can do that in this game.
Yeah, you
switch your capital.
you can change it.
I guess it shows the Egyptian people that this is me willing.
Yeah,
to,
if you really want to show Agamemnon the middle finger, you can tell me, yeah, this is where I am now.
It's here, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Let's show them. This is me. I'm here, and worship me. Okay, I think there's I should have fought the battle.
Now we have to choose.
Yeah, I should have fought the battle. Okay, I think that isn't Meneptah, right? So I would rather deal damage to Meneptah than fight this guy. And I think this... Oh, it's only got a garrison of 12. Oh, hold on. He can run in. Okay, that makes this clearer. I actually do think we are going to have to fight these people, aren't we?
I don't think there's a way around it.
No,
Yeah.
because if I go and attack here, they'll just hit me. I actually wanted to hit them and not the outpost, though.
Retreat and attack the guy, yeah.
Yeah. There he is. Oh, is it because he's within the area of influence of the
Yeah.
fort?
Yeah, because the outpost had the big
Oh, you
area.
can't.
Hold on. I've got a plan. I'm gonna go hide I'm gonna go hide in the woods. Trust me, all right. This'll work because he will either go back here to garrison, and then I can ambush him on his own.
For a good ambush, you usually need a bait as well.
Yeah, and I think it's no, maybe he's gone off towards the settlement, so they rush back, and then I get them.
I'm not sure they're gonna take it, but let's see.
No,
let's see.
Trust me, guys. This'll work. As a person who's successfully pulled off like maybe one ambush, I know that this'll work.
One ambush is more than no ambush.
Exactly. I probably need some. Oh, I've got no idle workforce, have I? Okay, let's. Cool. I've not been fired, have I? Oh, but we have got someone who we can gossip with. Just that's all Achilles wants. It's just a friend.
Yeah.
Let's gossip about it before Meneptah moves him.
Something I noticed: Meneptah's son Seti is not actually at war with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think the conspiring Seti is waiting for you to kill his dad.
technically, because Josh can select the option that Meneptah is not going to have old age. Technically, Seti is waiting for Meneptah to die any moment now.
Oh boy.
This is fine. I don't. Okay. I think I have a new plan.
Meneptah's come out of hiding.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go and kill Meneptah. I think that's how we. Oh, he doesn't even know I'm there. They raised it. That's mad.
Yeah.
That's their place. I was just moved in. I was a tenant. They were the landlords. That's
they can't get the Aegean smell out of it, so they decided to burn the thing.
They saw the temple that I built to the most heretical god.
Just burn the whole thing down.
And then the people took it. Awesome.
I don't need this one either. All I need is Meneptah dead, and then we'll call this
the people took it.
Success.
The Luca.
I don't care about this because that's not Meneptah taking it.
True.
My goal is to kill Meneptah. I don't care about these other little people. Yeah, go on then. Oh yeah, someone died. I love this screen. I think this is such an interesting way of handling the mortality of it.
Yeah.
Let's go attack.
I really love that whole idea.
That's the Achilles choice.
I really like the whole idea we did with the titles
Yeah.
and everything that you have for characters and all the accomplishments. That's so awesome.
So, I I'm going to fight this, and we're going to absolutely destroy Meneptah, and that's going to be the final battle of the
Yeah,
stream.
just humiliate him.
Yes. This is
you
what we're
caught
doing.
the Pharaoh off guard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, last time he got away.
Sure, you use one specific unit.
Yeah, all the bushes started talking Greek.
Do you know what? I think a sandstorm would be good because if he does get
It's
away,
not going to be great for your chariot, though.
that's true. But I didn't even look at his army comp, but I assume he's got the good archers again. Is the thing. Although, do you know what? Speed being reduced.
I mean, it's going to start off as dry.
Yeah.
So the sandstorm has still not.
I think I'm going to do the sandstorm only because it looks really cool, and I think that's the key reason.
And we've made it not only that the capes and all the fabric materials on the characters will flap in the winds and so on, but they are also going to get sand on top of them and so on. So it does look really nice.
Honestly, I clicked on that unit. I was like, what the hell? Why did Teodor Milcho make a unit called Achilles Drag Racer? I don't remember. I don't remember that being a historical. All right, I'll sandwich them a little bit.
Now you need to get Meneptah with that unit and drag him around the battlefield. That's what
goal.
Achilles will have done with the Pharaoh.
Okay, let's. Also, I love that Achilles is
historically
now
accurate. Well, not accurate, but authentic.
Yeah, authentic. Yeah.
He is older now, isn't he? He's aged a bit, and he's got a nice hat.
He does have a nice hat.
Let's see.
Where did we get the inspiration for those crowns? I think it's we did historical research for all the different types of crowns.
I think like reliefs on walls.
Reliefs on walls.
Yeah. Because most of them appear.
Yeah, I know that every single crown that we have, even though some of them look quite ridiculous, they are actually based on real stuff.
Yep.
There
was a whole thing, the Pharaoh would get to, probably when the blue crown was introduced, at some point it was a big thing. But Pharaohs did, at some point, I will pick my crown now and I'll make it different.
Yeah. I'm not gonna, Milcho, I'm not putting you on the spot. I saw a question asking if there was any news about Warhammer Sieges and the Warhammer 3 Siege work. There's nothing. I don't think we have anything to say at this point. We're still looking at it, and we're looking at when it makes sense to put some of those elements in. What we will do is we'll make sure that's something we do chat about when we are in the Tides of Torment streams as to what where we are and what those steps are, and what you can expect to see and when. Or at least as much as that as we know at that time and can communicate. But yeah, I'm not gonna suddenly make Milcho put a different crown on. These Medjay archers are. Should I just charge in here?
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I'm looking at it.
Should you? I don't know.
I'm a very defensive player, but even for me, this feels like I'm maybe being a little bit too conservative. I really want to see if I can grab Meneptah with these chariots, but these those
are going to skirmish you to that.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Also, yours are pretty heavy. They can take a lot of arrows from the skirmish ones. You should not worry.
Here we go. We're going to go for a full encirclement, I think. We're going to do a big old surround so that there's no way he can get out, because that is the sting from last time, isn't it? Is that he actually did manage to escape the trap.
Yeah. No escape here.
No.
He needs to be dragged across the sand.
He does. He needs to know who the real Pharaoh is.
Yeah.
If only I could change the campaign customization right now quickly to make it so that he can die, and then turn it back on immediately after so that Achilles won't die of old age, then I'll be fine. But it's let's see what we can do to him. Because correct me if I'm wrong, he's just going to be wounded, right? He wouldn't actually die from the.
Don't keep your chariots.
No, I've just seen. They've taken a lot. We're going to go back down to 1. It's where we like to be.
You can't run away from tradition.
Charging down slope. Yeah, why did you stop?
I didn't mean to. I pressed the wrong button.
Yeah, it's like the fourth wheel on the carts you push in a grocery store when the one wheel makes a turn by itself.
The chariots in this game are amazing in how powerful they can be, but if you do not look at them carefully,
and they're doing a decent job of skirmishing me. All right, let's send Achilles in for a 1v1, and by that I mean hundreds versus 1.
So unlike Troy, where when characters would encounter each other on the battlefield, there was going to be a huge circle. Like the rest are going to be, those are the famous guys fighting.
Yeah.
We are not going to intervene, and we're going to watch.
Now
the
we
fight.
do a breakdance circle, yes.
We don't have this in Pharaoh, but if two characters happen to find each other on the battlefield,
Yep.
they are still going to use those more intricate animations.
Yeah.
And so on.
I did get to use the "Don't you know who I am."
But he's like,
I got to "Don't you know who I am" Menepta. So that is.
I think you just found out who you are.
He
Yeah.
did. And now let's have the chariot chase him down. In fact, it looks like he's going to be running right into a much bigger problem. That's not the route I would have taken to flee. He's trying to get through.
Right into traffic.
Oh, he's been knocked. He's down. And that is the honestly, what are the ultimate
leave the animation.
the ultimate, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, don't touch anything.
Combination of Troy and Pharaoh right there is you've got Achilles killing the Pharaoh.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Achilles stab him.
Not saying that the battle was 1,500 against 400.
Oh, there he is. He's doing all of his 12s as well, and he's using the Egyptian shield.
Egyptian shield and Egyptian crown.
So
Achilles.
Yeah.
Is he dead?
They belong to us
No,
Exactly as Omer portrayed him.
because I've got the ever living characters on. I assume that is then I have to destroy the faction to kill him.
Yeah. When you have the ever living characters option turned on, I believe that he is now still going to be considered wounded, and you need to destroy the faction in order to kill him.
Then
That's why I like to play with that option off. Even though it can make your character die, you can make Achilles die. It still makes it much more interesting, I think.
Well, unfortunately, we are actually at the end of our stream. I will quickly show, just for posterity. I had a how's it going of. It just wasn't going well. So like the Sea People's invasion really did a number on me. It's the little Greek islands. They were my breadbasket. Like they were giving me one of every, like stone and gold and bronze and wood. And as soon as the Sea Peoples came, they absolutely beelined for it. Took all of those islands out. And it was.
I mean, getting to be the Pharaoh is just the first part of the game.
Yeah.
Keeping the crown of the Pharaoh is the real challenge.
So this is how it went after. You'll see, I own really weird territory. Because I could only take what the Pharaoh wasn't near, but I have been really rebuilding the religious center. So at least, our religion's going well. But the Menepta still alive, and the good news is, he's the Pharaoh. But look at that! In 14 turns, it would all be Achilles' to lose. But I would say this is anyone who watched and thought, what an interesting concept of invasion. This is maybe one of the most fun Total War campaigns I've played in a long time. Like this, the concept of invading, of trying to hold on. I think I did manage to reclaim my island. No, the Sea Peoples.
Nope.
Yep. They the Sea Peoples did loads of damage. Other people came in and took it. But yeah, this is one of the most fun campaigns I've played in a long time. The barter system, as you can see, in your honor, Milcho, everything in red. But yeah, I really recommend giving this a go.
You still have a ton of things, so this is
2,000 gold.
Yeah, that has been my trade. Like I've been giving that out to buy resources.
Your resources are amazing right now.
Thank you very much.
You have almost no loss on bronze, and you have so much
bronze.
Yeah.
You have so much food. You need to have at least 3 more armies.
Yeah. If it helps, I did, and I think they died in the last turn because I saw in the notifications the Sacred Land lost. So I think I held here, and I held more down here, and all of those armies died in the last turn. But yeah, this is. Like you can see, even like this is 76, so 40 more turns. The campaign's gone completely differently to where it was when we streamed it. So highly recommend giving it a go.
Thrace is in Egypt too.
Yeah, it's been honestly, it's weird because he declared war on me, and he declared war on me down here, and then the camera panned up here. I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" He says.
It was like, I love Achilles.
Yeah.
I'm going to follow Achilles everywhere.
Well,
He's just fanboying after Achilles.
The thing is, he followed me, and then he declared war on me. And it's like, what are you? We are the
Well,
only
technically,
Greeks.
in the Trojan War, he is against Achilles.
Yeah.
So he was probably not. I love Achilles. I'm gonna follow him everywhere. But I hate Achilles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow him everywhere.
Priam said to kill him. I'll go kill him.
He's like, no, I'm going to be the Pharaoh. So yeah, it came down to claim war on me. Very, you'd thought we'd have had some solidarity, but no. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. This has been a fantastic look at the Troy Pharaoh of it all. But it's been lovely to look back, and hopefully we'll see you guys again very soon. But otherwise,
Thank you. It was really nice to see the game again. I mean, we've had so much fun memories about doing it and so on. So yeah, pretty awesome.
brilliant. Well,
Thank you, Josh.
thank you very much. Appreciate you coming along, and have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you for not having to. It didn't have to be too late, so you get to go keep working now, as do I. So thank you very much, and for everyone watching, thank you for tuning in. For everyone catching the VOD as well, we'll be back probably next week.
All right.
Go.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.